there's this argument mostly from the left nowadays that like conservatives are kind of reaping what they sow when it comes to social media. Like no conservatives were talking about big tech's market power in 2015. And then the moment that conservatives were kind of victimized by this power that they let big tech accumulate, all of a sudden, we have people talking about how we need to repeal Section 230, which Chris Cox, a Reagan conservative, helped write and still advocates for, and, break up Facebook and break up Apple and stuff like that. So what do you make of that argument? Like, do you think that conservatives are kind of culpable in creating the social media ecosystem that a lot of the kind of new age conservatives seem to really hate?
Yeah, so a short answer to that question is I think yes. Yeah. The longer answer to that question is I don't really care about adjudicating the blame question of what the origin story is, but a recognition of what posed the greatest threats to liberty and prosperity today, and how do we address them with orthodoxies that aren't shackled to a prior century, but really look from first principles, but first principles on a fresh blank canvas as to how we address those issues today. I do think that Section 230 was a poor statute when written. I personally think it'd be a bad idea to repeal Section 230 today because it would empower the very kinds of companies who are better able to withstand liability. I'm generally skeptical for antitrust-driven solutions because antitrust is about policing market power in the marketplace of products. Most of big tech actually makes a lot of their products available for free, for cheap prices, with widespread consumer choice. The real problem with big tech in Silicon Valley today, I think, is not the monopoly on products. It's a monopoly on ideas. And they're able to exercise and wield that monopoly on ideas because of government-endowed, interventionist, if I may say, policy dating back to, for example, the 1996 Communications Decency Act. So did some conservatives vote for that? I'm sure they did, because the reason they voted that into power was that when they said that they wanted companies to be able to take down content that was otherwise constitutionally protected with impunity, they were thinking about softcore pornography. They weren't thinking about political speech. So I don't know the exact voting lines, but I will bet you that many conservatives voted in favor of it. But what a sad state of public discourse if the way that we're looking at is we're going to cut our nose to spite our face as a nation to really stick it to the other side that got it wrong and now you eat your own cooking. I mean, I guess if you're in political football, you're asking me before why I don't go into politics. I'm not interested in that sort of partisan jockeying. I do care about the essence of a country that I hope we're going to have left at the end of all of this being sorted out through our culture war and our private sector and our politics in the end. So yeah, are conservatives to blame or Republicans to blame in the past? Sure. That's just not as interesting to me as the question of what we do about it today going forward.